Alright, so the house is set to 72 degrees here. Current temperature outside is -9, and that's without any wind. Alright, this is probably the coldest room in the house, the back bedroom here, and it's 66 degrees. And when I had this thermometer set on the floor here, I set it on this side of the floor, which is right below this window. I had a temperature of 63 degrees last night. So I don't know exactly what the deal is, if it's just the cold air from the window, but this side, which would be north side of the house, always cold in this bedroom. It's forced air heat. There's two vents that come in this bedroom. There's one over here as well, but it just doesn't seem to do much of anything. And I did have vent boosters on both of these, and that didn't seem to do much as well. Alright, so on the opposite end of the house here, where that cold bedroom was, we get 72 degrees and it's in the bathroom. So obviously there's some issues with the directional heat, or maybe insulation. Maybe we'll find out here. Alright, so out in the attached garage here, you can see the humidity level is pretty high because I've been washing cars out here. Temperature looks like 54 degrees, and that's actually right below the vent that comes from the furnace as well. So it's kind of a hokey setup, but that's the way they built the house, with a vent out in the attached garage from the forced air system. And then if we go over to, I have another thermometer out here, because this one I feel gives me a more accurate temperature. This one's right by the window, and that one's looking more like 50 degrees. So I would say at a minimum out here, it's about 50 degrees. So that's not too bad. I'll take it to the front door here. Actually, before we get to the front door, you can see here the windows are kind of iced up. Oops, iced up or frosted up. So it's got a lot to do with the humidity out here for one. Again, you can see it's frosted up pretty good. Obviously the garage door seal needs to be replaced. But you can see there's frost on the door there, and then wherever there's a seam on this door, there's frost, and then up on the glass here, it's actually pretty thick. It's all frosted up. The screws are frosted up. This though is uninsulated glass. It's just single pane. It's just how the door came. And then on the bottom here, you can see too, it always white frosts up. And then so does this corner here. That's all white frost as well. And you can actually feel the cold air radiating off this concrete curb here. So yeah, the corner here is pretty cold. And you can see there's a little frost in there too as well. So, all right, we're gonna keep scooting around here. I think we may go to the basement next. Alright, so we're in the basement here, and I know I've done a video about some of the repairs on this, but here is the forced air furnace. So I know I've been told numerous times that it should get repaired, or that it should get replaced, I should say. It's been repaired. Should get replaced. I believe it's a 75,000 BTU natural gas forced air furnace. I don't know, there is a little slip here. I think it says 11.6 total amps. I don't know, it seems like we always use more electricity than we do gas during the holiday season. You know, like our water heater's electric, and dryer's electric, oven is electric. We don't have a dishwasher. But I don't know if it's I was told the blower on this, it actually forces the air throughout the house. The furnace guy said that if we got this replaced, that we would see the savings on the electricity side, not so much the gas side, because I thought he said this was like 90 or 92% efficient, and I don't know what the new ones are, but it's not much better. It's not like we're going from like a 70% to like a 90, so it's a few percentage points. So if you come around on this side here, and then from what I was explained, you can see that's where the connections come in for the the condenser inside there for the air conditioning. And I know they said this on this old house, and I don't know if that's where this guy got this from, but the way he explained it is that in here there's like a coil that's A-shaped, and because it's because that A coil comes up into the ductwork here, that's why we have issues with flow going this way, which would be to the bedrooms, and then also the bathroom on this end of the master bath or whatever. So you can see this is where the ductwork comes. This is the main trunk that comes all the way through, and very early on I did some very poorly insulation install there, and it really did nothing. Like I said, then I had duct boosters on, and that would be on this one here, and then the one that's behind us here, this one here, I also had a duct booster on. And then this runs, I would say, approximately 30 feet to that bedroom where it's very cold. So the sheer distance alone, it's like the farthest point. So even this one here, I mean, it comes off, and then it's gonna run up here right on the outside of the wall, right above this window, this outside window, which is awesome. And then that goes to the bathroom where there's another 90. So yeah, the airflow itself isn't real good. Let's see, there's another one right here. This one as well is usually pretty cold. There's two outside walls though in that bedroom, and that one just doesn't seem to have enough to keep that bedroom very warm as well. And then this one here, let's see if I can get to it. There you go. This one right here, that bedroom has two inside walls, and this is the only we'll get it to focus here. I don't know if it's going to. Doesn't want to at all, does it? There you go. That bedroom's like the warmest, and it's actually the closest to the furnace. So you can hear the furnace just kicked in. I'll take a walk over there. So the furnace is set to 72 degrees, and depending on where you are in the house, it's warmer or colder. Usually that bathroom that's 72, that's usually about 74. So that would tell you that the airflow is actually going the wrong direction. Let me just take a look at it and see if it can work. Yeah, so I don't know. They say that A-frame or that A coil in here, up in here, is causing some diverter flow issues. I don't know. I disagree with that. I think that might be part of it, but that's not all of it. I think the furnace itself should be relocated from its current location here to over in here to get it closer to where it needs to be. I mean, this is where your bedrooms are, up in this area here, and the fact that you're taking it and then you're sending it way over on the other side, that doesn't help. And then the other ends here, so you got your main trunk here. Well, this is actually, this one here, one right above us is the return. This is actually your heat one. It's a much bigger one for one. And then you got all your branches that come off to go to the living room, dining room, kitchen, that type of thing. Like the kitchen one is like right above us here. So like that one's always warm as well. And then this main trunk, this runs all the way down. And now we get down to where the garage is. So this on the other side here would be garage wall right up in here. And then you got, there should be one up in there. It's either the garage or bathroom. and then I think there's one over that's, so basically down at this end you have your laundry room, and then up in here is going to be garage and then bathroom. So, and those are really warm. Like even that garage is pretty warm, 50 degrees when it's -9, -10 degrees outside, and it's not insulated that well, so there's quite a bit of heat going that way. Even if you do close that out, it doesn't seem to be that much warmer. If you close that vent out, you still won't get the airflow in the right direction. Okay, so then on the other side of the basement here, we're getting closer to where that bedroom is, where it's cold. So those vents, or the ductwork is actually running through, not where this one is, it's over one. This is like a basement vent that's closed off, but it runs through, comes across here, and then actually right above where this window is at here is actually where those vents, I believe it's this one here, oops, this one here, and then the one over right before the light, there's a vent in there as well. So you can see down here when I did this basement window here, I went with the cheapest in-stock basement window that Menards has, and it's a very impressive window. Like, I believe it's like an R40 window. It does just a great job of insulating here. Obviously I'm not being very truthful here, very sarcastic, but anyway, yeah, this window does not do a very good job. And I'm not sure what the current temperature is in the basement, but it's kind of frustrating that that window does that. I wouldn't have put it in. I'll show you the other basement window that I changed out. So this basement window, this was from Home Depot. I believe it's an Anderson, or a brand from Anderson. I don't know if it's an actual Anderson brand. This one actually does a little bit better. This window was a little bit more expensive, but does a much better job. You don't see as much ice build up. So, and then and I don't know if this thermometer, if this thing is up to speed here yet, if it's completely updated, but looking at what it says here, 64 degrees in the basement. That could be right, it could be cooler. But it gets this close. So the basement's got some pretty decent heat just by itself. But I don't know what the issue is here to get the actual furnace and the heat where it needs to be. That part of it is just kind of frustrating. So I don't know if I do ever get this furnace replaced, which I'm assuming at some point it's going to have to be replaced. I think moving it would be a big thing, because I don't. They just want to come in and change out the furnace. They don't really care if it's going to heat any better. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to change out a furnace if it's not going to fix the heating issue. What's the point then? So, especially if you're going to spend big money. And like I said, I've had a ton of repairs done here starting back in 2015, the way it looks. They were out, and it was 3 different guys, and each one was telling me something different, all from the same company, but just telling me all sorts of different things about, oh, this and that, and a new furnace this, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's not ideal to have like a $500 furnace repair, or for them to come out and do a $278 part, and then it gets up to $500 with labor. But the furnace quotes were about $5 grand, so I don't know. All right, so it is definitely windy out here. The furnace is running there for the shed. We'll go in there in a second. Yeah, the antenna is still standing, so that's good. I don't think we're going to have any issues with that. You can see the furnace there. Get some condensation coming out. Tell too, this bedroom window here got a decent amount of ice buildup there, and that's I think those windows were replaced in 2001. Those are Anderson. Anything back here? No. Oops. Looks about right. Well, there you go. That's what I always like seeing. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this. Probably gonna have too much sun. Yeah, maybe I come over this way. It's cold on the hands, and you can't see it, but you can see that there's ice or frost. That's on the radon system, so it's taking the heat from underneath the basement, or the air out. That's the bathroom vent. That would be the sewer pipe vent there. That's all frosted up. But I wish I could get it so you could actually see the. You're not gonna be able to see it. There's actually steam coming out, or condensation coming out of that radon vent. You can actually see it. Looks like a little furnace just pumping out air. Oop. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna go to the shed and check that out and see where we're at. Oh, much nicer in here. Much nicer indeed. Yeah, and that suitcase generator, where's my finger? There it is. That's why I got this thing, and that's why I installed an engine block here on that John Deere. So when you have days where it's -9, -10, it's probably colder actually out by the woods. And that stuff's just sitting out there, and there's no sun getting on it because it's inside that shipping container. Yeah, it's pretty cold, I bet. So you can see this window here, absolutely no condensation. I'm impressed with this window. This is a Morton building. So, and then the temperature that I got the furnace set to, I think it's 50. It's either 50 or 51. Alright, so it's set to 50, so it's probably on its last cycle here going to kick off. So yeah, this building is actually really super energy efficient. Well, the construction of it was pretty decent, but in between the 2x4s and then top and bottom 2x6 and 8 that ran across, in between I have an 1.5 inch foam to match with that, and then in front of that I got R19 bad insulation. So, and then up in the ceiling it's like R19 in between the 2x6s, and then on top of that is R38, I think. Yeah, I think it's R38. So there's a lot of insulation in the ceiling, a lot of insulation in the walls. I think the walls are like 26.5. And then the garage doors are like, I don't know, that's the weakest part of this whole operation, I'm sure. I think it's like a R15 maybe, or R10. They're 2-inch insulated garage doors, so they always do a pretty good job, and you can see the seal on these, pretty good too. You don't see any frost or anything, even in between here. Is there any frost? No, there's no frost at all. So this is a really quality garage door. When this was put in with the building, they did a pretty decent job here. This is actually better than the house garage, so definitely makes it comfortable out here, especially in these very, very cold days. All right, so that's going to be it for now. Tell it's definitely squeaky snow. Definitely cold out here. So. Alright, that's it for now. I gotta get ready and get to work here. It is the 26th, so most of us have to get back to work and get at her. Alright, stay warm.